depending on which age you want to get it. Plumes is like not a good castle age unit anymore. It's way too expensive and not worth it. You're better off making crossbows as Mayans. So this is a Drush into Manatam forward build order that I'm going to show. Okay, let me change the description. Okay. Drush into forward. So this can cause a lot of problems to your opponent who is not expecting you to play as aggressively as you do with Bulgarians. A couple of things that are going to be quite a bit like of an advantage to you is people expect, but plumes are great against knights. Once you mask them, and the time it takes for you to mask them will be quite a bit. They are very expensive.
Saladin! I don't want to alarm you, but Crusaders are attacking our trade route!
Thanks for the follow, man. Welcome, welcome. As I was saying, Bulgarians get free Manatam upgrade, and that's the one of the reasons people expect you to play Manatams. And if you, instead of playing Manatams, go for a Drush in the opening, and then follow it up with like more militia and turn them into Manatam while you're doing forward, you will have such a good economy setup to basically kill your opponent on the spot. And even if they don't die, you put them so far behind against the rush that you're doing that they have very little counterplay left for themselves. As always, going for the 2 deer this time instead of your typical 1 deer only when I'm drushing, because I need that excess food in this build. Once I have both of my deer in, I'm gonna deliver my elephant, pick up last 2 of my sheeps. Now I'm just gonna try to find my opponent.
Да. Приказание.
Да, охотник. Аз готов. Охотник. Да, лесоръб, лесоръб. Здрав, лесоръб, приказание. Лесоръб. Аз готов. Лесоръб.
Здрав, аз готова. Зиждителница.
And once I have enough for a barracks, I'm gonna make it. This is again going to be a pre-mill drush, but the follow-up is just going to be a little bit different.
Приказание. Аз готова. Приказание.
Not going to go for the gold.
Здрав, аз
I'm only going to do 2 militia.
Аз готова. Да. Охотница. Аз готова. Зиждителница.
Приказание. Охотник.
Здрав.
Охотник. Аз готов. Охотник.
Да, охотница. Приказателница. Да, охотница.
Once I have my 2 militias out, I'm gonna send them forward.
Приказания. Да, господин.
Здрав, охотник.
Здрав, охотник.
Приказание.
Зиждителница. Да, понятно. Аз готов. Собирател. Ваше желание.
Аз готова. Да. Зиждителница.
Да, да, господин. Здрав,
Once I'm up, once I have 100 wood, I'm also going to make a mining camp.
Вашим услугам. Да.
With the 2 militia, I'm just going to distract and buy as much time and force him to wall his stuff.
Да, господин. Приказания.
Аз готова.
Приказания к вашим услугам.
Just basically attack and try to distract. Don't lose those villages. Don't lose those militias, I mean.
готов. Редукоп.
Здрав будь. Приказания. Собирательница.
And I'm gonna click up at 23 villages.
Да.
5 on the word.
Лесура. Лесура. Здрав будь.
Rest under the town center, collecting the sheep.
К вашим услугам. Приказания.
And once I have the food, I'm going to click up to the next stage.
Приказания.
Once I'm up, I'm gonna start adding more militia. And 3 villagers to stone.
Да, аз готова.
Add 1 more villager to gold.
Здрав будь.
Gonna keep adding more militias while I'm going up to the next stage.
Да.
And I'm gonna send 4 villagers forward with the militias.
Аз готов. Собирател. Собирател.
Здрав будь. Аз готова.
Здрав будь. Да, аз давай. Приказания.
And I'm gonna add 3 militias.
Приказания. Аз готова.
Send 1 of the villagers from the gold to the stone once I have my 3rd militia out.
Здрав будь.
Adding 3 more militias on my way up to the next stage.
Да.
Gonna add 3 farms,
Зиждител.
Да. Рудокоп. Здрав будь.
keeping 5 on the word, 6 on berries.
Приказания. Тотчас сделаю. Здрав будь. Аз готова. Тотчас сделаю.
К вашим услугам. Бой.
And only keeping 1 on gold over here so that I can afford fletching.
Аз готова. Приказания. Сделаю.
Приказания.
Да.
Once I'm up,
Аз сделаю.
gonna start adding towers,
Зиждительница.
get wood upgrade, and then you have 9 on food, and the rest of the villagers go to wood till you have 8 on wood.
Да. Да.
I only need 50 gold. Oh, forgot to make a house.
Аз готова. Зиждительница. Да.
So I have 5 mana toms. If I keep those 2 militia alive, I'll have 5 mana toms while I'm tower rushing. So I opened with a drush and then I get free mana toms, which allows me to have like a really strong tower rush with mana toms.
Да.
Аз готова.
Приказания.
Здрав будь. Приказания. Зиждительница. Да. Аз готова. Здрав. Аз делаю.
I'm gonna keep adding more towers. And once I have 8 on wood,
Приказания.
I don't need to add more on wood.
Лесура.
Да. Аз готова. Правильно. Здрав будь.
I'm gonna kill that tower actually
Аз
with
делаю.
my
Тотчас сделаю.
villages and mana toms. Add the blacksmith now.
Зиждитель.
Once you have your 8 on wood, that is when you add your blacksmith. And with this is why this is Bulgarian specific. You can get the blacksmith out and get your upgrades for the mana toms. Is there any mod for the fish? Yeah, it's like a fish mod. Try to like search sure fish on the mod center and get all the 3 upgrades: scale armor, attack, and fletching.
Аз готова. Собиратель. Здрав. Собирательница.
Приказания.
Now I would want 8 farms again before I do anything else.
Да.
At least 8 farms.
Здрав будь. Зиждитель.
You can add archery range if you're against archers to make skirmishers, but I'm going to show like a scout follow-up instead.
Да.
Gonna keep 1 villager on gold so that I can have enough gold to get bloodline upgrade.
Да. Зиждительница. 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 Аз готова.
Just walling up my tower.
Здрав будь. Да.
Gonna make farms.
Приказания. Аз готова. Зиждителница. Здрав.
And I have 8 on wood, 8 on food again. 8 on farms, I mean.
Приказания. Тотчас сделаю. Да.
And with the mana toms having upgrade on them, they're very, very hard to kill.
Аз готова.
With the 5 mana toms being there.
К вашим услугам.
Здрав груп. Аз делаю.
This is a very, very hard build order to deal with.
Здрав будь. Аз готова. Приказания. Аз готова. Да, правильно. Приказания. Тотчас
If you time your attacks correctly.
Аз готов.
Add a stable now.
Здрав будь. Зиждителница.
Behind all of this pressure.
Аз готова.
Здрав.
Again, I'm not adding farms as fast as I would like. I mean, towers as I would like to. Because I'm using the villagers to fight. But you can already be adding towers constantly without stopping.
Лесура.
all the new villages after this can just go. Once your berries are over, add another lumber camp with it. Adding stable, adding scouts.
Аз готов. Зиждителница.
And after this, I'm going to get the farm upgrade and constantly keep making farms.
Аз готов.
Yeah, like he's already going to resign. It's the AI. And this concludes the build order. So now I get the armor upgrade on my scouts, get the bloodline using the one villager I'm leaving on gold. With the 4 villager constantly collecting stone, I'm constantly making towers. So this is like one of the best build orders I could come up with for Bulgarians, and there are very specific scenarios that you can use this in. And if you're able to do it on a consistent basis, this is very quick way of killing people. It puts you so much further ahead than your opponent with the early pressure with the manatams and towers and the drush, the constant follow-up of drush to keep them drush opening to keep them open, then 3 more militia while you're going up to the next stage, followed with the 4 villages coming forward, and then combining it with the Bulgarian blacksmith, which lets you have the upgrades really quickly and for half the price, turning these manatams like very, very strong very quickly, like +1 armor and +1 attack, especially if you keep your scout alive. It acts as like 1 more extra body. And then you just follow it up with stable, but you don't have to stick with stable. You can follow it up with an archery range and make skirmishers instead of the scouts. So this was the Bulgarian Drush into Manata.